After Buzzers, we've got quite a show for you tonight. We've got a nice little surprise, so you don't want to go away. Stay tuned.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Hustling is what I am doing. Thank you guys for tuning in. My name is Paulina Aguilar, and the surprise is that I'm riding solo tonight, so I hope I did not get your hopes up. We will have the rest of the gang here next week, though, so please don't go away. All right, this episode was a lot of drama. You guys can go ahead and find me on Twitter at _Paulina Aguilar and on Instagram at Paulina M. Aguilar. All right, now let's get this started. Let's break it down. First of all, Leroy, my boy, my home slice, Leroy, my heart goes out to you. And it's always the people that deserve to be there that end up going home in a situation like this. As you saw in the episode, he had some back pain, went to the hospital and was unable to perform, which means his partner Avery also had to go home. And I know we've seen in certain seasons that when someone, gets hurt, sometimes they get to stay and they get a replacement, things like that. But his partner Avery had to go home. So Leroy, I hope to see you next season. Now, moving on to Johnny, not Bananas, the other Johnny. First of all, Johnny is such an a-hole in this episode, and I dislike him so much. He's such an a-hole to Jessica, which, Jessica, you are a cute girl, okay? Go get it. He is such an a-hole to his partner and lies about it. We see him saying how much she disgusts him and how much he hates her and how much he hates that she's her partner. And then Camila, girl, as much as I love you, I mean, I guess you got to do what you got to do, tells him to lie to Jessica and lies about supporting her and lies about trusting her. Hello, you're not going to get trust from that. Let's think here. Come on now. So that actually really pissed me off. I don't know about you guys, but tweet it at me. Let me know what you think. So moving forward, we see the Power Team dinner. Now, this is a dinner that we're going to be seeing after every challenge when they go eat. And I just want to say how awkward that was with Jenna and Vince. Some crickets in the background there. And they kind of pull other teams to sit down and talk to them. So they first go to Nate and Christina, who they say, you know what, we're going to save you. We're going to, but in the back of their mind, they're just using them as a pawn. They don't seem to be much of a strong team. So then they go ahead and pull Brandon and Brianna. First of all, which gets me so angry every season, rookies. If you're watching now and getting ready for next season, you're going to go in. So don't be so surprised and don't be so salty. Just accept it. If you want to win, you got to put in your dues. So Brianna, girl, get it together. Come on now. Don't be so mad. And then we see Brianna and Nate. Nate, I'm not a big fan of you for not jumping out of that airplane. I'm really not. But I feel like Nate, after this episode, is a very, very, very sensitive fella. They seem to be good friends. Brianna screwed up, called him fake, and he took that to heart. And I mean, it's a friendship. They made amends and she apologized, which is what she should have done. Now, back to Johnny in this episode. First of all, I don't know about you guys at home, but I did not know what a moped is. And I thought it was the most terrible thing to say, but the most hilarious thing I've ever heard. And if you missed that part, a moped is a girl who you would ride, but you would never tell your friends about. Now, guys, remember that you are on national television, and women, I probably would have left that conversation. It was funny, granted, but still a terrible, terrible thing to say, especially about Jessica. She is like the sweetest thing from the South that I haven't met her, but I want to because she's so sweet. And then we see her flirt with Tony. Tony Baloney, that's what I'm going to call you from now. Now, we spoke to Camila about Tony last week, about his flirtatious ways, and getting into trouble sometimes. And he was on a mission to get her in bed. He was naked. He was drunk. He thought he shit his pants, which I probably think happened. But Jessica, stay strong, girl. You're doing it right. Don't let him. But I think the greatest thing that Camila had said, as she did last week on the show, was he needs to be fixed. Tony, concentrate on that money. Nothing else. Just that money. All right? Lay off the alcohol. We love ya. Come on. And then we see Jessica actually the next day break up with her boyfriend, which the editing to this I thought was hilarious because you have Tony telling the rest of the house that they slept together and that he shit his pants. Cut to Jessica being emotional and strong enough to break up with her boyfriend, which the editing to that and the music to that, genius. Hello, that's why we stayed and watch, right? That was actually pretty good. But guys, never, never, never lie about that. The truth will get out, okay? Don't know, just know. And now we get to the decision making with TJ. And plot twist, which is now going to happen in every elimination round, is Jenna and Vince get to choose a second team. So now we have 3 teams going into the jungle, which it got me. I didn't know how this was going to work. So they decide to throw in Devin and Cheyenne, which again are rookies. So, I mean, there's no surprise there. I think that's kind of like the tradition here on the challenge is throwing in the rookies first just to see how they do. So we go to the jungle and they vote. TJ, lets us know that they're going to be picking skulls and the one who picks the black one goes into the elimination. Now, we've seen this before, and I know you guys know which challenge and the name of it, and I can't remember to save my life, but it was with individuals where they had to, I don't know if they were blindfolded, but they did have to kind of draw the short end of the stick, basically, to go in. So, this isn't new, but we haven't done this in a while. So I kind of like this whole 3 teams in elimination. It kind of refreshes it, I guess I would say. So Devin and Cheyenne draw the black skull, and now their game is called Back It Up. They shimmy up a wall carrying a pot, which, by the way, takes some strong leg muscle. Hello, my legs would be burning. Now we see Johnny and Jessica kind of struggle a little bit in the very beginning, and then finally, it clicks for her, and she wants us bad. She's been eliminated a lot in the past seasons, and I didn't realize it until they played it back for us. But Devin, bravo to you, because you were not a jerk, which you were on the show. Are you the one, by the way, FYI? But you were supportive, and you were a partner, and you were a teammate to Cheyenne, and she needed that. Big time needed that. So, kudos to you. I feel like that's what a partner is. And they did well. They got a little stuck, but they did well. And then Johnny. So Johnny and Jessica end up winning. Johnny, you're still being an a-hole. Come on. She did so good. Her heart is in this. You can totally tell, at least as a viewer for me, and I hope for you guys as well, that she wants to be a good competitor. And for you to be proud of her and say that, which I would like to see more of after the challenge, after the elimination round, you went back and said you still don't care. Come on, be proud. Put your differences aside, man up, and be a partner, or else you're just not going to win. Everything that Camila had said was true. You're not going to win like that. So that's my whole spiel on the whole elimination. And I know you guys have a lot to say, so please continue to tweet me, and I promise we will all be here next week. So bear with me, guys. Now, the preview. I know we say this, and we as panel, as hosts, and as well as the contestants on the show, that this is going to be a crazy season. I literally think this is probably going to be the craziest season that we're going to have so far, because the preview, drama, my favorite part, Jamie and Nicole make out. So some people go a little bit cuckoo for that. And I don't know, I guess we're going to have to stay tuned and see what happens. But my favorite part are the replacements. Because Leroy and Avery left, they're bringing in some more big guns. Last season, we saw CT and Zach come in and do a challenge, which I liked seeing them, but probably didn't like them just for that one challenge. So I wonder who these replacements can be. I don't like to read the spoilers on who that is, because then I just get caught up and I want to know everything. But send me your thoughts, because I do not have a clue who could be coming back. And you know it's going to be mind-blowing. And also, I got a really big kick out of the challenge next week, which was a little too sexual for me. I needed a blindfold. They are grinding on a pole. I'm not going to use my hands for that. They're grinding on a pole in soap. I have no idea, but I thought it was hilarious. And also Jamie's comment about the moaning. And if you saw that, I guess you know what I mean. But next week looks pretty intense, and I just want the drama. So you guys will have to come back next week and stay tuned. And I promise the whole gang will be back together. So thank you for tuning in. Tweet me any questions or comments that you guys have, and check us out on YouTube and AfterBuzzTV.com. You guys can find me on Twitter at _Paulina Aguilar and on Instagram at Paulina M. Aguilar.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.